So today we see component of vectors. So component of vectors. So for that we consider some points on coordinate axis and unit vector along them. Now see the unit vectors along positive x-axis, positive y-axis and positive z-axis are denoted by I cap, j cap, k cap respectively. So this part we already discussed. When we consider unit vector along x-axis, then the unit vector along x-axis is I cap. When we consider unit vector along y-axis, then unit vector along y-axis is j cap. When we consider z-axis, then the unit vector along z-axis is k cap. If a of x00, b of 0y0 and c of 00z are the points on x-axis, y-axis and z-axis respectively, then vector OA equals to xi, vector OB equals to yj and vector OC equals to zk cap. Now see, when we consider a point on x-axis, its y and z coordinate must be 0. So here x coordinate is x and unit vector along x-axis is I cap. So we write this vector OA as x into I cap. Similarly, this point B is on positive y-axis. So its coordinate are 0, y0. On y-axis x and z coordinate is 0. So while writing the vector OB, we use yj cap. So we write vector OB as yj cap. Similarly, for point C lie on z-axis, so its xy coordinate must be 0 and z coordinate is the distance of that point from the origin. Therefore, we write vector OC as z into k cap. Thus, any vector along x-axis is a scalar multiple of I cap. Similarly, any vector along y-axis is a scalar multiple of j cap. And any vector along z-axis is a scalar multiple of k cap. So see some examples. 5i is a vector along ox whose magnitude is 5. So this is 5i cap. This 5 means that point lie on positive x-axis, and here we consider point A which is on x-axis whose coordinate is a of x00. So here instead of x value is 5. So the point is at distance 5 unit from the origin. So its magnitude is 5. Now see second example. Minus 3j cap is a vector along OY dash. That means this point lie on negative y axis OY dash, but its magnitude must be plus. So after taking its magnitude we get 3. That means that point at a distance 3 unit but on negative y axis. So we write here minus 3j cap. Then third example, 8k cap is a unit vector along OZ whose magnitude is 8. So this is OZ. So along this OZ axis, here vector is 8k cap. That means if we consider this C00Z, here value of Z is 8. So these are the components of vectors. So next topic is position vector of a point P of xyz in space. Before this we see position vector of a point in 2D, that is in plane. So let P of xyz be any point in space whose position vectors with respect to the origin is P bar. So see this diagram. This point P has coordinate x, y, z, this point P in a space. So we consider here unit vector along x-axis is I cap, unit vector along this y-axis is j cap, and unit vector along this z-axis is k cap. So this OP bar we consider as P bar. Let ijk be the unit vectors along ox, oy, oz respectively. Instead of writing positive x-axis, positive y-axis, positive z-axis, we can write ox, oy, oz. See, draw PM perpendicular from P to xy plane, meeting it at M. If you observe this, in previous theorem, theorem 4, we draw cuboid for it. So see, this cuboid we draw there. This vector OP, which we denote there by R bar. Now here we consider that as small p bar. We draw perpendicular P to Q, that is on this xy plane, and we find the value of this vector OP by adding OL plus LQ plus QP. So here we, instead of drawing the cuboid, directly draw a perpendicular in yx plane. So see, if we draw perpendicular PM on this xy plane, and then again draw perpendicular from M to x-axis at N, so we get x coordinate, y coordinate. See, draw MN perpendicular from M to x-axis, meeting it at N. Therefore, OP bar equals to ON bar plus NM bar plus MP bar. So OP can be calculated by the vector adding ON plus vector NM plus vector MP. So see, but ON equals to x, this point N at a distance small x, this point M at a distance y from this y axis, and this point M at a distance z from the z axis. So we write here ON equals to x, NM equals to y, and MP equals to z. Therefore, these are the Cartesian. We have to find its vector form. So unit vector along this x-axis is I cap, and N at a distance x, and N lie on x-axis, so its y and z coordinate must be 0. So we write here ON bar equals to xi cap, this OM, this ENM as a distance y unit. So we write here ENM bar equals to yj, and this EMP as zk cap. So after substituting these values in equation 1, ON bar we replace by xi cap, NM bar we replace by yj cap, and this EMP we replace by zk cap. Thus the position vector of any point P of xyz in space is given by OP bar equals to, that is vector P bar equals to xi plus yj plus zk, where ijk are the unit vectors along capital X, capital Y, capital Z axis respectively. So these are the unit vectors along xyz axis. Now we have to find the magnitude of vector P. So in theorem 4 also we discuss how to write this vector OP, which we denoted by vector R bar. So this is useful for writing the position of a point in vector form. This is in Cartesian form and we write this in vector form. Next topic is collinearity of points, which we already discussed. We see some additional points here. Three distinct points, capital A, capital B, capital C, with position vectors A bar, B bar, C bar respectively, are collinear if and only if there exist three non-zero scalar xyz such that xa bar plus yb bar plus zc bar equals to 0 vector and the scalar sum equals to 0. When we have to show these 3 points are collinear, then there exist 3 scalar and that 3 vectors can be written in linear combination and whose sum must be equal to 0 vector and the scalar sum equals to 0. Then that 3 vectors are collinear. For that we see theorem also in previous part. Now see coplanarity of 4 points. 4 distinct points ABC, ABC and D, no 3 of which are collinears. While writing the proof of 3 coplanar vector, we consider 2 cases. In first cases, 2 vectors are collinear. In second case, we consider none of the 2 vectors are collinear. So here we must remember no 3 of which are collinears, means among these 4 points 3 not collinears. So we consider position vector of ABCD as A bar, B bar, C bar, D bar respectively, and these are coplanar if and only if there exist 4 scalars x, y, z, w not all 0 such that xa bar plus yb bar plus zc bar plus wd bar equals to 0 vector. That means this is extension of these 3 points are collinear and their sum, scalar sum equals to 0. Then third point is linearly dependent vectors. If A bar, B bar, C bar be non-zero vectors, then they are said to be linearly dependent if there exist xyz not all 0 such that xa bar plus yb bar plus zc bar equals to 0 vector such that ABC, vector ABC are coplanar. Then fourth, linearly independent vectors. If A bar, B bar, C bar be non-zero vectors, then they are said to be linearly independent if xa bar plus yb bar plus zc bar equals to 0 vector, then x equals to y equals to z equals to 0. In linearly dependent vectors, vectors A bar, B bar, C bar are coplanar and these scalar not all 0. Here in linearly dependent vectors, these scalar are all 0, x equals to y equals to z equals to 0, and here vector A bar, B bar, C bar are coplanar. In linearly independent vectors, these vectors A bar, B bar, C bar are non-coplanar. So in this way, points are coplanar or points are not coplanar can be shown. So we see exercise 5.1 in next part.